What is going on YouTube? Rugged Life coming at you yet another video, and I am excited to share with you guys my start of my Starstock.com journey. Starstock is a site that I've been following for a little while. Pretty excited about it. I think they're doing some good things over there, and I wanted to submit my first submission to their website and get started. If you're not familiar, Starstock.com calls themselves the stock market of sports cards. Very much a little bit like StockX, a little bit like ComC. Check out my cards. Kind of a hybrid of both. I do kind of think that there is some pluses and some minuses. One of the minuses, for example, every card on the site has to be a rookie card, so you don't get any veteran LeBrons or anything like that. Everything is a rookie, and everything has to be from very specific sets. With baseball, you can't submit Heritage or anything like that. You're only looking at like flagship tops and tops chrome. Basketball, you're only looking at Mosaic, Optic, Prism. We have some Don Russ as well. So they very much only want certain sets right now, and they very much only want rookie cards right now. Whether or not that'll change in the future, we'll see. I believe right now it's probably just due to a lack of infrastructure and a lack of power. They definitely seem like it'll be interesting to see if their services will be scalable with their fee structure and what they're promising. But I do think they're just trying to keep things simple right now. It makes a whole lot of sense to me. And basically, the whole concept is you can play trading cards as if they're a stock market. So I can go on Starstock right now and buy, as many Cameron Johnson mosaics as they have. I can put in an offer and say, hey, I will pay $1.50 per card. And the people who have ones on the site that are trying to sell them for $3 will see that I have an outstanding offer. Anytime I'll buy them at $1.50, and they can choose if they want to sell them or not, or if they want to stay firm at $3. Literally the stock market for cards. I like a lot of their UI, a lot of their interface. So I wanted to make a submission. I've done some buying on there, done some flipping on there, just a little bit. Wanted to get my feet wet. But what I really wanted to do was I wanted to send them a low risk batch of cards that, have sitting around, a lot of rookies from my breaks all year long. Nothing too crazy, if I get bored with the service or it doesn't pan out or for whatever reason, it just doesn't work out. I don't mind if I never get these cards back. It's a low risk for me proposition to ship all of these to them. A little bit about their service. You just submit cards. They have some forms for you to fill out. You include some paperwork, and then you just mail off a box of cards off to them. They ask that you kind of prep your submission by sport and set and player. I reached out. They're cool if you don't do it like hand curate it by player. I think most of mine actually are, which is good for them. But they do ask that you do a lot of the work for them in that regard, which, that's going to be a challenge for me if that's like a requirement going forward, which is why I reached out. I was like, hey, I think this is a good example. Hey, I don't want to go through this whole set of Don Russ right here, and I don't want to put all these RJs and Ruiz and Tyler Heroes and Kobe Whites in order. Most of them are actually in order, but there are some that are out of order. I don't want to go through and have to do that. So that was one thing that I wanted to make sure I could submit, just kind of how it is. In regards to the fees, so, with ComC, for example, they're going to take a fee per card uploaded, which kind of disincentivizes sending in low dollar cards. Cards really under $1 or $2 you don't want to be submitting to ComC. But with Starstock is going to take just a 5% fee at the point of sale. So no fee to ingest cards onto their platform, which is a huge benefit to me. Whether or not that's scalable and, they could intake, 10,000 cards a week, 100,000 cards a week. That'll be interesting to see how their fee structure may adjust as they grow and get bigger in the hobby. I do have a lot of friends on Twitter who are now active on Starstock, so they have definitely picked up steam, and I've kind of been following them, kind of pulsing them, and they like it. So I said, why not? I've already been a seller in the hobby for a long time. I'm a big advocate for ComC. I do want to start selling on StockX at some point. I do think that their experience is really cool. If you're not familiar with StockX's platform, basically the way their service works is you tell them you have a certain card. They only do graded cards. So you tell them I have a PSA 10 Luka Prism rookie, and you put your price. it sells, you ship it to them, they verify it, they ship it to the seller. So that's how their service works. The way Starstock service works is I ship them all these cards. Every card on their site they have in their vault. And so with that, you can buy a card and you don't have to ship it immediately. You can buy, 5 Cabanielli rookies and you don't have to ship them. You can just reprice them and try and sell them for more than what you paid for them. A lot of good appeal. I really like that. I really like that system for buying and selling online. It's very similar to the way ComC does it, where you have to submit your cards to ComC. So everything is in one location. When you buy 20 Darius Bazley rookies, they don't come from 16 different locations. They come from one location. You're not paying shipping 16 times. You're paying shipping one time. So I really like that model. And so it'll be interesting to see this new company, how they become a bigger player in the hobby. I do think that there's always room for more consignment services. I do think that there's more room for platforms like this, especially if they aren't just copycat services trying to do the same thing that others are already doing better. So I do think that we have a space for Starstock, and what I saw with them was this is a great venue for me to submit some low-end rookie cards that I wouldn't submit to ComC just because they're under that price point, or because I think ComC maybe just has too many of them, and I think that it's a supply over demand issue. So with Starstock, up-and-coming website, they do have a lot of nice higher-end stuff already on their site. I was pretty surprised to see, Lucas Silvers and Zion stuff. So I was pretty surprised it wasn't just people like me who wanted to submit some low-end rookies and check them out. There was actually people willing to put some very, very nice cards on there, and that gave me the confidence to send in this batch. So I'm going to talk about it a little bit. Go ahead over here from all of my Prism breaks. Just going to send them, a couple Bazleys. I think I actually grabbed like 2 of every rookie, I think, except for Zion and Jock, because I've already sold all those. But I just grabbed 2 to 3 of every rookie, not the big names, Smoligic, Jordan Poole. These are all worth a few bucks. Gogas. These are cards that I wouldn't submit to ComC just because, like I said, low value. Okiki I definitely would, and I am submitting some. But I didn't want to submit too many of any one particular player to ComC, so some of these get to go to Starstock. So these are all cards that will be in my Starstock account within 2 to 3 weeks of them receiving them. That's what they claim. Will also be interesting to see, they don't have multiple service levels. They just have one service level. Send your cards to Starstock, and they will do their best to get them up in 2 to 3 weeks. So will be interesting to see how they add services and adjust moving forward. I am sending them a lot of Mosaic, and some nice stuff too. Some Thibault, a lot of Cameron Johnson, some Claxton, a lot of Thibault actually, Bazley. So just wanted to send over some stuff. I still have a ton of this stuff. I'm holding on to at least 5 of every rookie still, but I wanted to send them some stuff. I'm sure they're probably going to get a lot of this stuff, but like I said, this is low risk for me. I still have some of this stuff. I've done really, really well on Mosaic, on all my rips. You guys basically saw all of this stuff get pulled on my channel, sending them some Terrence Davis, good name right there. And so all this stuff gonna go to Starstock, and hopefully my goal with this stuff is to just kind of turn all these $1 and $2 and $4 and $5 cards into like a few big cards. I think that would be very cool. I do want to do flipping on Starstock. I do want to get actively involved, but I think it would be cool to flip up all of this kind of low-end stuff into some nicer high-end stuff. Again, I'm submitting some blue velocities. They do let you submit parallel, so I have these blue velocities sitting around from Optic. So those can go on the site. More Optic rookies. Got a Cam Reddish right there. Goga. Got a Seku. Taco. So yeah, I think there's around 400 cards or so, and that's what I'm comfortable with. These are all approved sets, all sets that they're cool with. There are some basketball sets that they don't accept. I don't know if they say there's RJ and KPJ. I don't know if they accept like Panini Status, for example. I also know they don't accept like older Upper Deck basketball. Tyler Hero. So you do have to go off of their accepted or their supported cards set lists for sure, and make sure they also don't accept inserts, which may seem a little bit weird, but I'm okay with that. I don't have too many. Otherwise, they would just get flooded with like instant impacts and emergence from Prism, things that are like really, really low value that nobody wants. So I'm okay with that. Sending over some Don Russ, some nicer stuff, you know, some RJ, some Sekus, Ruiz. I think I even got like one. I think I've got a KPJ from Hoops and some 17, 18 Prism rookies as well. So this is all stuff that I just kind of have sitting in my office. Sure, I could sell it as a lot on eBay, or I could send it to ComC. But if I send it to ComC, I'm going to pay a fee for every card. Also, they just have a lot of this stuff, and some of this stuff I did already submit last month. So I wanted to give Starstock a try. I thought that this would be a nice little low risk kind of package to send their way. I'm going to insure it for a few $100. It'll probably cost me like $15 to ship in a flat rate, maybe $20. But again, these are cards, you know, I don't have too much invested in them. And yeah, I'm just going to use these as kind of a guinea pig to check out their service. I'm going to bring you guys another video as I'm like pricing these out of my account and, you know, showing you guys that experience. And just kind of, you know, tracking my sales on there as a new startup, you know. And we'll track and see how well these cards did and if it was worth it. And paying 5% and no submission fees up front sounds really, really good. Sounds really, really appealing to me. And so I'm actually pretty excited for it. And I'm going to let you guys know how it goes. So expect a couple more Starstock videos down the line. And if you guys want to check it out, it's starstock.com. So I'm not being paid, I'm not being promoted, or not working with them in any regard other than I'm now a consigner on their platform. As of right now, I'm really impressed with what they have, but like I said, I haven't even started my selling experience. This is step 1, and I'll be sure to bring you guys step 2 and step 3 and every step along the way. And we'll see if Starstock is a good option to sell not just low-end cards, not just the stuff I'm submitting, but some high-end stuff as well, because if this goes really well, I do want to submit some nicer stuff, but wasn't quite confident yet, and so I'm going to start off small and see where it goes. Hope you guys got something from this. I definitely am excited to check it out and share my journey along the way, but that's going to do it for today. Take care, stay safe, and we will catch you next time on Down the Road.